Well, hello and welcome to another inspired episode of Good Fat Life. We're so glad you're here, and I'm just having brain gaps because I'm so excited about all the fun that's here, right? But before we get started, I want to remind you about Good Fat Life, the magazine, which is way back in the back there. It's go to goodfatlife.com if you want to learn more about it and hear about all the really fun things that are happening at Good Fat Life. And that said, we're taking a little bit of a different course today, topic. It's on an event that's coming up. And Emmalyn from our Hartland Chamber is here to join us to talk about this amazingly cool event. And Rachelle Willnus has some accoutrement to wear to the event. So that's it. So Emmalyn, please let us know.
So the Hartland Polo Classic, and this year, additionally, the Hartland Polo Festival of Polo Family Picnic. So we have taken an event that we've been running for 7 years now, and we've expanded it out into a 2-day event, which is super exciting. So it's the classic, high-end, super fun VIP event that we've had for years, where we have amazing food, local beer and wine, some bourbon and whiskey, and an exciting polo match, all in one evening.
Right. It's so much fun. Oh my gosh, isn't it? I mean, it's something that people just wait for every year.
Yes.
To be there. Because
this is
polo in Hartland.
I know, who would have thought, right?
Right.
You know,
yeah.
And what's funny is that polo has been in Hartland for pushing on 30 years.
Wow.
So which is kind of crazy to think about, that it's been around that long. But the Polo Club itself has been around for over 60 years. So
wow.
Something that, Hartland is kind of becoming known for is polo, which is a unique and fun thing to have and to have experienced kind of from the ground up.
Well, and I love that it's because when we grew up, polo was like this elite thing that was out there, and it was kind of like exotic and, who could go.
Right, right. It seemed inaccessible.
TV. Yeah,
right.
You see it on TV and in, very exclusive, I don't know, James Bond or something.
Right. And our style of polo is so different. It's a lot of local folks, right? They're weekend warriors. This is their hobby. This is their passion. They love horses. They love what they do. And it really comes out on the field. You can see that, right? And it's not sort of that high-end aristocratic feel, right? These are local people. And they have their group of horses that they love and they're very passionate about. And this is something that it is a lifestyle. They have dedicated a ton of time and energy to. So, it really shows when you're there
to entertain us. And then, it's not just the polo, there is so Rachelle, tell us about all this beautiful.
There's the fun part.
Beautiful that.
Yeah, huh?
I just keep looking at the lights.
Oh, yeah. So
we have lights on the hats here.
So you have not brought it up a few notches, right? So
yes, I brought it up a few notches. I thought for evening time we could jazz it up with some lights. And then, of course, I do have some new materials that I'm using this year, this ginseng bunting with flecks of real silver and gold in them.
That's gorgeous.
So it gives another level of shine, because I feel there are a lot of people that buy hats from me each year. I like to change up the elements a little bit, make it a little bit more exciting. And the one with hats, I created these what I call hat fidgets. So it's got wires and you can bend them and move it around, and it's great. I think you can hear the plastic through the.
Yeah, there's, oh my
all
gosh,
kinds of fun stuff.
And this is so happy.
Yes.
Is this still
yellows, oranges, bright oranges? Yeah, I love that.
But is this still? Would this be a what's the word?
Headband fascinator.
Fascinator.
Yes.
Would this be this is a fascinator?
Yeah,
so
the fascinator is anything that's affixed by a head, a comb, or a clip. Anything that's basically not your traditional kind of hat that you think of when you think of a hat.
Oh, okay. Oh, these are so much fun. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and they're all
so
sizes.
Talented.
There's small sizes, there's big sizes, there's what I call the smaller sizes that are like the participant pieces, and then the larger sizes are for, well, party people.
That was my favorite. That's always it's fun to watch the Derby and and the horses. They're gorgeous.
What I'm always grateful for is people like Emmalyn at the Hartland Chamber that have these events and invite me to come along, because this really helps my business. And I'm just very grateful to the Hartland Chamber for supporting me, and you, Sherri, for all that you've done for my business. So it means a lot. Thank you.
It's our joy, right?
Exactly. The energy that she brings to everything, just it compounds anything we do, right? You know, which is like the best part of our shop.
We're a good team here.
Well, and when do we? But the other part of it is Good Fat Life is all about finding those moments, right? Of creating a life that's rich and full, and it's really about all those little moments that just make you feel good.
Yes.
Right? And creating those. And there's dozens of those moments created in getting ready for the event.
Yes.
Right? The anticipation, because it is so much fun. And then actually being at the event, or what are we going to wear to the event?
It's clearly the best party.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got horses, you've got hats, you've got friends. I mean, it has everything that you would want in a hat and horse event.
Well, and it's outside.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so if the weather cooperates, which it is going to.
It is.
Right?
That is what I have ordered, and that
good
is
tents,
what is going to show
tents.
up. Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Nice tents.
So
we've had all kinds of weather for this event, and the great thing is that, and I feel like this kind of goes across polo in general, you have to be very present for it. Right?
Yes.
If you're playing polo, if you're watching polo, you are there, you are in the moment, you are present for that. And
for whatever shows up.
For whatever shows up. And so I think that's why it's my favorite part, because everybody rolls with it. Doesn't matter what happens. People are along for the ride. They're there for it. They're present. They're having a great time.
Right. I mean, I can think of memories where it was pouring down rain, and we were all, it was the rainy evening where our skin was getting
dewy glow.
That dewy glow, right?
That's right. Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
And there's times where it's been really hot, and we were having the, summer evening.
Yes, exactly.
So.
Exactly. Which, it just means that, maybe you go to the bar a couple extra times.
Yeah.
Because we're Michiganders. That's what we do. That's right. If the weather is a little, off, then, well, a cocktail goes with that. Yeah. It's all good.
So how if people want to go, how would they find out the details? How would they go? Where do they get tickets?
Heartlandchamber.org. Okay. You can get your tickets there. You can also just call me at the office. I'd love to talk to you about it. I'd love to talk about polo.
Yeah, call the Hartland Chamber.
Yeah, call the Hartland Chamber.
They'll sell you tickets.
We'll put all of that information in the show notes.
Yes.
So people don't have to we'll get my notes.
Well, the Hartland Polo is great because a lot of people don't get to see horses every day. And you can really see these horses up close, which to me is one of the best parts of it, is you see the polo match, but you guys do a really nice job of the horses. People can pet the horses, look at them, and they walk by, the front by the gate. It's just so beautiful. That is one of my favorite parts of the horses. I like to see that.
Well, it's sort of like if you've ever gone to a horse race, right? If you've ever been to the Derby or something, you get like that minute, almost 2 minutes where those horses go pounding by, and it's this rush, right? But polo, you get like almost 2 hours of it, which is amazing. And that's the thrill of it all, right?
It's just so beautiful. It's like dinner and a show.
And you can hear them. You hear them breathing.
You can hear them breathing, and you can hear their feet pounding the ground, and you can hear the players. You can hear the crack of the ball. Like all of those pieces together is what makes it sort of a full sensory.
The balance on the horse, though, is what's always amazing to me. It's like you watch this, and I think, how do they do that?
I know it, and they do it without thinking, right?
Right.
It is just instinctional, right? It just happens,
It's really beautiful. It's like watching a ballet to me, but
it is. You're absolutely right. It's like a dance, but you don't know how it's going to turn out.
Right.
Yes, there's no script there.
There's no script
there.
But there are rules.
There are rules.
It is fun when the
umpire.
There you go. Lets us know how that works.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So, and really all the rules are based around rider safety and horse safety. I mean, truly, that's really what it is. So all of those things come into play, and it's all part of the strategy. It's all part of, I think my favorite quote there was an older cowboy that I met years and years ago, and he was talking about, like riding and training horses in polo, and he says, you've got to give up control to have control. And that's the perfect, summary of what polo
Lesson
really
for the
is.
day.
Actually,
right?
it's a perfect lesson for life.
Yeah,
You got to
that's
give up some control to have control, right? And I can apply that really across almost everything in my life. But
I totally agree.
but it's sort of it's the best part of planning events too, right? You got to give up control to have some control. Once these things are rolling, weather, people, horses, all those things, it all comes into play. So, that's what makes this event fun. There's always something changing and moving, and a lot of action to see.
Yeah. Oh, and then Sunday, I mean, that's a cool thing to add too.
Yeah. So people have been asking for that for several years, and we had done a polo picnic and ponies, and we had done it in the middle of the summer, right? And it was just a casual tailgate. Really, you just pulled up alongside the field and you tailgated. And we thought, we go through all this and we put up all these tents. Why don't we just make it a second day so that people can come and enjoy what this event really is, right?
It's a nice family day too, and I like that you guys do that.
So, Rachelle, you're going to love this. Michelle Wilson, our good friend Michelle Wilson, she is sponsoring a kids hat making.
No, she's not.
Yes. So we're going to let the kids make their own hats. So we're going to have all the feathers and the beads and all these fun things that kids can make their own hats to wear on that Sunday. So it's just another piece of the fun, right?
Love it. I love
it. It's right up your alley. I was like, Rachelle is going to love this part.
I do love that part.
So these kids can just create whatever, hat fashion they want on that day, and then they get to wear it around for the whole event. So
I absolutely love it.
That's great. And it's actually on Father's Day, isn't it?
It is on Father's Day.
So it's
awesome noon
thing.
to 4.
So
a
it's
great thing for Dad.
A great thing. Dad could come.
Dad can make his own fascinator.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. Dad can go ahead and grab a beer and sit down field side and watch polo, and the kids will be completely entertained.
That's right.
Or if Dad has other plans that day and Mom and the kids need somewhere to go, like say Dad's going to go golf, which good for him. Yeah. He should go do that. Bring the kids on out and have a great afternoon.
Right.
So we'll have live music. This guy, Sam Von Wagner, is going to be there. He's amazing. He's going to be doing a couple sets for us out there. So live music, food trucks, Kona ice for the kids. Of course, you have to have the Kona ice truck.
Oh, it sounds like so much fun. It's like the kid in me is very excited.
Yes, well, you can have a Kona ice too.
Okay, cool. There you go. So, Rachelle, how would people find you if they want to? Is there still time to get a hat?
A little bit of time. Yes,
okay.
There's still a little bit of time. As a matter of fact, what you're looking at is all I have left right now. But I could make a few smaller pieces if people are ready to. I mean, if you want something big, I twist my arm, of course.
Yeah.
It's my polo people. I would do that. But yes, they can still contact me at derbyhatsbyrachelle.com or derbyhatsbyrachelle@gmail.com. They can send me a message.
Okay. All right. And I know your hats go all over the world. So I
do a lot. I made 563 hats this year already.
Oh my gosh.
I sew between 14 and 16 hours a day in my busy time. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it's the 150th Derby next year. So I'm already starting to sew now for next year.
For next year. Oh.
Think of me.
Your little fingers. That's all I think of is your little fingers.
A lot of battle scars on the hands,
Oh, but I love your creativity and how you are constantly evolving and sourcing your materials. I know that's a big specialized skill as well.
Yes, sourcing the materials, getting the right kinds of headbands, putting reinforcements in certain things, finding the right wires so they'll withstand some of these elements, which is always interesting because I work with an organic cinnamon material. So it's important to put wire in it because, it's an abaca plant, which is like a banana plant fiber that I use. So it's lightweight, but it also loves moisture. So I always have to make sure I'm stabilizing that and stiffening that and steaming it the right way. So
yeah, there's a lot. I know there's a lot that goes into this.
I'm a little nerd when you talk about it, a little nerdy.
Well, I learned something. I didn't know there was a plant called the abaca plant.
Yeah, it's like a banana plant. Yeah, it's a fiber. This is a fiber, and it's all, you can feel like, you probably can't see it here, but it's all lightweight. So
they are very light.
Yeah,
I know they look like they look like huge pieces, right? But you
and
hardly
some of these
feel
have
it.
wire, and you can shape that wire and bend it to wherever you want it to go. So you can create even different shapes within your own hat, which I like to call them the hat work becomes part of the design process. So that's fun.
That is fun. So it's, they're just gorgeous.
I'm a little Mad Hatter in me,
I guess the Mad Hatter.
That's the best part.
That is the best.
Little Tim Burton, little Mad Hatter,
Well, that too, and she's so amazing to watch work. Right when we have the polo hat happy hour, she will see somebody and she'll, oh no, and she fixes it and she'll make like these little tiny adjustments and it changes the entire look and how it frames their face or whatever that is. She's incredible. She just sees it right away, like
angles
drop
in the
of
face.
a hat. She sees it.
Oh, look at that! Right on cue. Right.
Oh my gosh! So we were talking earlier, like how many hats does a person need? And it's like,
this really isn't about need, right?
Exactly.
I mean, back in the olden days when they wore hats to identify who they were in a tribe, now, we wear hats just for decoration. So it's
sort of like plumage.
It is.
Right?
It's like
Really?
plumage.
and I could almost see redoing my salon, my creative space where women work, right? I could almost see shelves with hats on them.
A lot of my clients who get their bigger pieces will use that as a centerpiece after their event because they, or they've got something kind of interesting or funky. They'll use it as a centerpiece in their home.
I could see that because it makes you feel good.
They're beautiful.
It's like art.
Right?
It is art.
You're buying art. And I've never made two exactly the same in 15 years.
Wow.
It's always been a little bit
I'm still stuck on
different.
500 and some odd hats in a year.
Yeah. My record is almost 900.
900. Oh, wow.
Yeah, my pre-COVID number was 900. So I'm slowly getting back to that.
Back.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because people weren't going out then.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that it's even... But I'm glad because I thought I was going to be retired and be done with this. And people are like, oh, I don't think you're retiring. I'm like, so
you don't get to.
Yeah, you don't get to. We'll tell you when you can retire. We're not ready for that
We
yet.
can't let go yet. They're
right.
too beautiful.
So it gave me a new rejuvenation because of people like you two and others that have said, gave me a jolt, and I just kept creating. And so I'm always grateful to friends and clients that continue to inspire me as you do, because I couldn't do that without that. So thank you.
Well, and I think that's the amazing part, right? Is to stay that inspired consistently, right? And to be able to create this, on a revolving basis year after year to create new things.
You need
find new
downtime.
things.
Like I have to take 2 months where I'm just doing nothing but maybe looking at sand and beach or gardening or something totally different because I can't keep pumping that out so regularly.
But to your point, for me, that's what the Apollo event is for me.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a fun, creative event where I can go and just hang out with friends and eat good food and see the horses and wear fun stuff and just get inspired by the people around me.
That's what I like about polo is that it includes all of that. It has the fashion, it has the fun, it has the horses, and you can really just go there and have fun.
Right.
And it's an event where everyone gets along. I've never been to an event like that where everybody is just happy to see everyone. It's just so awesome.
That is true, right?
It really is.
I mean, we sort of set the stage for that a little bit, like you give people some good food and a nice cocktail and a really beautiful backdrop.
It's a polo atmosphere because we go to other events, right? But there's just something special about this event. I don't know what it is. I just love it.
It's the whole thing. But it's
the people, right?
But it's really it is a downtime, right? It's a time to just have fun, and play.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I love about you, Sherri.
Totally there.
Yeah. The play is having that time, and I think I learned that from you from your podcast. You would say, "Yo, you got to make time for play," and one of those uptight people. Oh, there's no time for play, Sherri. I'm sorry about that. But I do. You're so right. You have to have that time for play. I love
Because
that.
that's what feeds the inspiration and the other stuff, the next thing that we do.
It is. It's right. I always I compare it to, it's like sort of going from the dark ages to the Enlightenment, right? Like if you're grinding it out too much, you're just sort of in the dark ages. You got to like spend some time in the Enlightenment a little bit, right? To stay fresh and like keep it going.
So true.
Well, and then the other thing too is this is a fundraising event for the Hartland Chamber, which allows the Hartland Chamber to do all the great work they do, right? Helps fund that. And so it's really at the bigger umbrella, it's really about community, building community. And I didn't know, before being on the board, I had no idea how many things were happening behind the scenes to create, community and make it a great place to live.
It's really, I mean, maybe I'm biased because, I live in Hartland and I love it, but, it's where I'm raising my kids and my family is. But we have a really deep-rooted, ingrained sense of community there. It's very important to us, and it's probably the most important thing. And we sort of set the standard there, and then that's what everything else sort of bounces off from, right? So, that we can have partnerships with the township and the libraries and the schools and the chamber and the businesses, and everybody is on board for that. And they want to see that grow and flourish. And I think that's so unique and special in Hartland.
Well, I've met so many amazing people, and that's with Good Fat Life. That's one of our biggest underlying missions is to connect people. We connect awesome people. So
and Sherri's amazing at that.
Yes,
but that's what we do, and it's such a privilege and a joy to be able to do this. So, thank you both for being here. Right?
I had so much fun.
yes.
Yeah,
It's over. That's it.
Yeah, and we will.
I love this chat.
We'll
Can we just hang out for a while longer?
Yeah, let's just hang out here.
How much time?
Ladies. But that's what happens, right? It's like, oh my gosh. If you want to know more about Good Fat Life and all the really cool things that are happening, go to goodfatlife.com and check us out. And there's just so many amazing good things happening. And again, I'm so honored and inspired by great people and the community and just this sense of care and compassion and kindness that seems to surround this whole Good Fat Life family. So thank you so much. We'll see you soon.